We just went on a family vacation. We had a plan. We had a budget. But did we stick to them?
In case you don't know us, I'm Larry.
I'm Hope.
And we're from Under the Median, where practical frugality meets real life.
We just treated all of our kids to a family vacation. In this video, we will share with you what our vacation budget was, what we did on our vacation, and whether we stuck to our budget or whether we didn't stick to our budget.
The key to any vacation is to start with what? A prioritized budget.
That's my very favorite word in the whole wide world. Here's why. Because when you plan a budget, you need to try to plan each individual element of the budget. Once you have it written down, it's so much easier to figure out if you're missing something. Let's just say, when it comes to transportation, did you figure round trip gas? Did you figure in toll roads? Did you figure in maybe admission that you need to pay for state or national parks? All of that needs to be figured into your budget. So putting it on paper first is super important. For us, the most important items go at the top. That's what makes the list prioritized. And for us, that was definitely lodging, figuring out where we were going to stay. Now, we started out knowing that we were going to visit the Madison, Wisconsin area. And the closer we were to Madison, the higher the prices were. We wound up sort of taking the map and going out a little bit so that we were a little farther from Madison. And 45 minutes south was New Glarus, Wisconsin. And we found something that was the absolute perfect fit. We just arrived at our VRBO. Guys, look at all this woodwork. This is stunning. This house is in New Glarus, Wisconsin. This is the first Airbnb or VRBO that we've ever stayed at that is better, much better in person than the photos even look. And the photos look stunning. Look, we just walked in. Look at all the beautiful built-ins. Larry found a piano, so he's a happy camper.
The Durst house was built in 1914 by John Durst, a Swiss farmer. His grandson now owns the home today. We loved the original woodwork and the arts and crafts style of the home. It was huge with plenty of room for all of us.
This refrigerator was virtually empty when we got here. Almost all of this stuff we brought from home. Vegan hot dogs or hot dog roast. If you're traveling VRBO or Airbnb, always ask your host or hostess. Don't be afraid to contact them and say, do you have like hot dog roasters? Do you have a fire pit? And make sure you understand what the amenities are so you can make full use of them. This is a desk right by the back door, little desk. So we kind of put our itinerary stuff here. This is like in case any of the kids have questions. My daughter-in-law did this. So here's some activities we can do in town, because we did reserve a day on Saturday just to do like whatever we wanted. There's a menu plan that I created, and here's our itinerary for each day. One of the most important parts about any day for us, coffee, of course. We brought coffee from home, but that coffee was a gift from Main Street Roasters out of Indiana. A few weeks before we left on our trip, they sent us coffee mugs along with 2 different kinds of coffee. This one, Jamaican Me Crazy, is one of their best sellers, and we could not wait to try it. One of the things we tend to do on vacation is let our grown kids sort of flow in their zone of genius. Our son, John, is a coffee brewing master. He has all of the equipment that he needs to do awesome pour-overs, and that's what he did for us one day. He took the Jamaican Me Crazy coffee and he made us absolutely delicious pour-overs.
Spoiler alert, we love Jamaican Me Crazy coffee, and we'll have an affiliate link in the video description so you can order coffee from Main Street Roasters and try it for yourself. We also scored a coupon code so you can get 10% off of your order.
Just look for those links, guys. They'll be in the video description. Coming up next, the funnest part of every vacation that we take, we call it local flavor. Now, here's a little example. I was standing in line at a local bakery and I was swiping my debit card to buy this absolutely yummy looking apple cinnamon bread. And it was really funny because that's when it hit me. I thought, you know what? We have swiped that debit card more time in 5 days than we usually do in a month.
And I would be super nervous about that if it weren't for Aura. Aura is our sponsor for this video. Aura protects your identity, your passwords, your credit, and more. And that is just so important, especially when you are traveling. Aura offers up to $5 million in identity theft protection. They have a 24/7 US-based team that if something happens, they will help you immediately begin to clean up the mess. So if, let's say for instance, I left my purse somewhere or Larry's wallet had been stolen, that is all covered through Aura. You know, we don't often think about how incredibly easy it is these days for bad actors to get a hold of our personal information. So recently we challenged our 17-year-old son. We said, here is the name of someone we know very well. How quickly can you find information about them, like their name, their address, and even their phone number?
Hey, Phil.
Yeah,
How long does it take to find personal information about people online?
depends on how fast you can type. There you go. Name, birth date, phone number, address, political views, religious views, everything.
Seriously.
It's that easy.
Not only did we think it would take him a whole lot longer to find that information, but we were shocked at the in-depth nature of the information that he's found, and it was on multiple websites. These websites are owned by people called data brokers. They collect information about people, they package it up, and they sell it to anyone. They will sell it to legit businesses or they will sell it to scammers. They don't care who they sell it to. Now, these businesses are absolutely 100% legal in the United States of America, but a lot of people don't know that they are required to remove your information if you ask them, but they make it really hard to do that. They kind of have some jargon in there that you have to, hoops you have to jump through, and they're really hoping that you'll just go away. But I have been incredibly impressed that since we joined Aura, I have received several emails from several data brokers that said, hey, we got your request. We are removing your information. And the request was given to them through Aura on my behalf. For us, using Aura was a common sense approach to frugality because it helped us to know that Aura was protecting our identity, our money, and it gave us incredible peace of mind. You can try Aura free for 14 days. Use our special link. It's aura.com/median. There will also be a link all the way at the top of the description of the video.
One of the things that we really like to do while we're on trips is really soak up some of the local flavor. We always set a budget for like how much we're going to spend on kind of the specialties of the area. For this trip, we set $200 for the amount of money that we're willing to spend on things that this area did really, really well. It turns out that was pretty good estimate. Daniel is here with us. He has the calculator. And as I talk, I'm going to tell you what we paid for each thing. And he's going to tell you at the end of this segment what the total was. Cheese, my Lord, we are in Wisconsin. They do cheese really, really well. So we found this place called the Chalet Cheese House. We set a budget of $20 for cheese. Well, it turns out that our cheese tastes run at $30, not $20. And we kept raising it. We're like, okay, $25. No, I feel like $30. We spent $29.17, so we were pretty close to the ballpark. The goal that we had was to try as many different kinds of cheeses as we could. And you'll notice these are all from the Chalet Cheese House. We have some crackers, some Townhouse and some Club crackers. We actually forgot to bring crackers from home for this like little experience we were going to have with the cheese. So we wound up going to a local supermarket and these were on sale 2 for $5. So that was good enough, I suppose. And so the total cost of this was the $29.17 plus the $5 for the 2 different kinds of crackers. All right, we're in close to $35. Daniel's tracking it for us. Local bakery. This is apple cinnamon bread. This was $7.50 for the whole loaf. I really thought that was a pretty good deal for a loaf of homemade bread from a specialty bakery. Fudge. We were able to get like the sampler. This is, you'll notice one is missing.
One's missing.
One is missing. That would be my fault. I got a little bit munchy when we got home. So I did cut it into equal pieces so everybody could try some though. It was the chocolate fudge.
This was $20. So basically, if we'd bought these separate, it would have been 4 of them for $20. So if you bought the box, then you got 4 of them for $20, plus you got 2 for free. Always look for a bargain and see if it matches what you're really looking for. For us, there are 8 people here, so for us to cut these fudges into 8 pieces, not everybody's, everybody's gonna get just a little bit of taste of all of them. We have chocolate mint, cookies and cream, salted peanut caramel. Now this is really, or caramel. Somebody tell me, how do you say it? Tell me in the comments. Is it caramel or caramel? There's a right way, I think. I think it's the dialectic. I think it depends on where you live. This tastes a little bit like a Payday candy bar, only better. It's like an upscale Payday. This is raspberry fudge, chocolate fudge. And then this is just plain old chocolate fudge. This
My favorite.
This is where we got 2 of these. This
That's my
was the
favorite.
one that I sort of commandeered and cut one of them up already because, you know, we had 2 of them. So I felt like we could sacrifice me eating a little bit of it while I was reading my book. This was $20. All right. The bread was $7.50. Daniel, you up to date with us so far? Okay. The other thing this area does really, really well is maple syrup. You can tell we have been into this maple syrup. We went to a local store. They had free maple syrup taste testings. So a lot of times when you go to these specialty shops, you can get a tasting and sometimes it costs you a little bit of money. In this case, it was for free, 0, which was really good. And it was really good on their part because I wound up buying maple syrup. This family has been producing maple syrup in this area since 1880. They have award-winning maple syrup. We wound up going with the cinnamon, and this is the dark. So this is more like a traditional maple syrup. And this is a cranberry maple syrup, which just is a little bit tart. It's absolutely perfect. This is more of a dessert syrup. And this to me is something that you would mix with maybe a little bit of balsamic vinegar and make a little salad dressing kind of thing. It would be absolutely perfect. Little sweet tart. Each one of these was $8 a piece. Daniel, add that to our total. Moving along. New Glarus Brewing Company, world famous beer and ale. Larry went to take a tour. It was a self-guided tour. They did tastings, and I think it was $8 for
each one.
For tasting 3. You
Yes.
got 3 different samples.
That's really nice.
Oh wow, I like this a lot.
This was like the deal of the day, though, you guys. This cup, $6. That's all we paid. Larry got us a pair of them.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that Larry and I do traditionally is we always take home a coffee mug from places that we visit. In this case, he bought us beer mugs instead of coffee mugs. So I don't know. But he bought a case of the New Glarus.
That's the 2 women.
All right, this is 2 women. That's
It's
the
called-
name of it. I don't even know where that comes from. But Larry,
Two women work for different breweries, and they actually developed this beer.
yes, go strong
it.
entrepreneurial women. Larry, what did this set you back? Set us back.
$33 for that one.
Larry got a 6-pack. This is called Spotted Cow, appropriate, I think,
That
for
was
Wisconsin.
their first. That was their first beer. That was their first kind.
Their first kind of beer.
Yeah, that was the very first.
a
That was the
4-pack.
initial one for this company. That put them on the map and made them very popular.
Right, Spotted Cow. This was a 6-pack for $12.
Uh-huh.
And then we went to the local grocery store, and I told you to be watching. This was less expensive at the grocery store than it was at the brewing company.
Yeah.
So now we are up to Daniel. How did we do? All right.
154.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. We have $46 left to do local flavor. Tell me in the comment section, does your family do something like this? Because I think it's really fun to do, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. We handed all of that local food to our daughter-in-law, Hannah, who loves creating charcuterie boards. So she added some of the raw vegetables that we had brought from home in about 20 minutes, guys. This is what she came up with. Isn't that incredibly beautiful? That's what we had for supper that night. The syrup we used the next morning on top of pancakes that were created for us from Chef Larry. Now, when it came to planning fun on this vacation, our viewer, Judith, was an invaluable help. She lives locally. Judith, thank you for the countless back and forth emails when we were in the planning stages of this trip. We've planned kind of a mixture of free activities with a couple of paid activities sprinkled in, and we'll show you as we go through the week how we made that determination and what we chose to pay to do. You should always have at least one paid activity that is a little bit of a splurge on your vacation.
At the VRBO, we all relaxed and had some family fun. Our planned hot dog roast had one little problem.
The plan tonight was to use the fire pit and do a wiener roast. You probably can't tell from looking, but it has been raining and more rain is expected. I'm thinking we're going to do an indoor wiener roast, which probably means it's no longer a wiener roast.
We played games several times. Our favorite was called Cards Christians Like. One player reads a prompt from a blue card. The other players finish the sentence or fill in the blank with a humorous response from the white cards in their hand. The funniest answer wins the round. We laughed so hard while we were playing this game.
We each brought a stack of books from home to read. Here was mine. It was incredibly restful, but for some of us, reading may have been just a little bit too restful.
The Henry Vilas Zoo has been Madison's free zoo since 1911. It's really big, and it took us probably 3 hours to leisurely stroll through it. We were all able to see some of our favorite animals. Capybaras are Hope's all-time favorites.
Yes!
I liked the tortoise, the real ones, and the statue. I also liked the fun flock of flamingos and fed the goats. James and Hannah are huge zoo fans. James had a pet cockatiel for years and has always had a love for birds. While we were there, Hope and I measured our wingspan. My arms are as wide as a bald eagle.
After the zoo, we headed to Monty's Blue Plate Diner. This was one of our 2 planned times of eating out. Monty's had an entire page dedicated to a vegan menu. I was so excited. There were a lot of standard American things that everybody else could get, but those of us who are plant-based were super excited. We bought gift cards for Monty's online ahead of time. So here's a tip for you. When you're getting ready to travel, make sure that you are looking up individual restaurants in that area, because sometimes you will be able to score a gift card deal. This is what happened. I went to Monty's website to kind of peruse their menu, see what they had. And I noticed that they were part of a group called the Food Fight Group. When you buy a gift card, you can use that gift card at any of the different restaurants. In June, they were offering a special. If you bought a $50 gift card, you get a $10 gift card for free.
Good deal.
So I immediately snatched up $100 worth of gift cards and got $20 free. So I paid $100 for $120 worth of gift cards.
We are cave people. Wherever Hope and I go, if there's a cave to explore, we make sure we get the opportunity to do so. Therefore, our other planned splurge was touring the Cave of the Mounds. To make sure we got in the day we wanted, we prepaid for our cave tour online. So we got to go to the front of the line and be guaranteed an available tour, worth every single penny of the entrance fee. This time we remembered to bring our jackets. On one of our previous vacations, we forgot our jackets, and we had to go to a thrift store where we bought $1 jackets so we could stay warm in the cave. Now, the cave temperature is 55 degrees year-round, so you have to be dressed for those temperatures. The tour is guided. The guide explains all the natural formations so you can understand exactly what it is you're looking at. This is an easy tour with paved walkways. You can see all the unusual formations up close and get some excellent photographs.
Okay, here it is. Should I do a drum roll? This is our vacation budget, and this is what we actually spent. You can see we went just a little bit, not too much over in some areas. In other areas, we went under budget, which means that we finished about $150 under our budget.
The kids ranked our vacation 10 out of 10. Now, planning for 8 wasn't easy, but it was worth every moment.
This is something that we've realized really in the last few years, that even living a frugal lifestyle, travel is super important. So we have begun to prioritize that in our own personal budget. We alluded to the last family vacation that we took where we forgot our jackets for the cave tour. You want an in-depth look at what we did 4 years ago on that vacation? We did a video all about it, and we gave you lots and lots of tips for frugal lifestyle planning for vacations.